Hello YouTubers, it's Melissa, the M of the Emanate of Bespoke Hairstyles. I hope you're good and I hope you're well. Thank you for watching this posting. It's been a while, I know, but hopefully you can see that the reason why it's been a while is because the work is being put into showing you and demonstrating how fabulous our hair is. Right now, this year 2016, it felt like I've needed to do much more demonstration of how beautiful African hair is rather than just talking about it. So I hope that you appreciate the posts and you can see like where our passion lies basically. And our passion lies in chasing. It's like an obsession now. It's like chasing maximum fullness, body and movement. That's really what it's about. 2016 was all about that. Less of me, more of the African hair texture, which I celebrate all the time. I hope you're following us on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, where we are demonstrating on a regular basis that African hair is perfect, African hair is beautiful, all the different textures you see that are out there and the small locks. I hope you're seeing us sharing and celebrating African hair and African hair identity and the small locks. We are still here, even though I'm not posting as much visually, you seeing me. It's really hard because priorities and having to juggle. A lot of your questions have been answered with all the other videos. This is just to reconnect with you and say hi and to also celebrate those who are out there with their African hair texture, regardless of whether people think it's beautiful or not basically giving a damn, just going out there and doing your thing with representing yourself with your African hair texture. We need a lot more of you with your African hair texture out than hidden. As you tell the next generation, they can do this, they can be successful, they can go out and kick ass and do what they want to do. But when you're wearing another person's or another race hair texture on your head, whilst you say that, it can be really contradictory. So this moment is to celebrate those women with their African hair textures out there who are just doing their thing. I hope you can see that by example. This is what I'm trying to do, because basically by the time you put on the makeup, I know it relaxes people, by the time you put the wig on and straighten out the hair, time's going and you could be doing something much more important. Hopefully, once you go past the fact no makeup, you go past the fact that, okay, this person's wearing their texture hair and it looks beautiful anyway, you listen to the content and the message and the delivery. That's really the most important thing, the content, what the person's saying, not really necessarily how they look, but obviously, that's the idea really, is to show you that African hair has a place now, and it's current and it's beautiful. So thank you everyone for following, for supporting us, and those who have shared and commented and just enjoyed what we've posted. We keep on basically, that's what we're about. We are chasing fullness, we are chasing that body bounce and movement that we basically can achieve with our African hair texture. And at the end of this post, I'll put my hair down to just show you the length and the density and how much more gray my hair is. Yeah, the most important thing is that I'm happy with my hair. The most important thing is you have to be happy with your hair, regardless of whether people like it or not. My hair suits my lifestyle. I just love it. And I think from where 5 years ago my hair was to where it is now, I just love my hair. It's not broken anymore. It used to break off. It used to be much more spacier. It's much more healthier. So I will show you at the end of this post. So this is a quick reminder to those people who are suffering from hair loss. This is major. If you are aware that you're suffering from hair loss, I've done postings on this, so hopefully the past postings will help you. But it's just to remind you to accept change. It's really important. Accept change if you're going through hair loss. I see women all the time dressed fabulous, high-powered, wearing their wig, and like I meet those who wear their wig, take it off, and their hair is spacey. So this posting is for those people. You're walking around with your hair straightened and it's not affected, with your weave on, and it's not affected. This posting really isn't for you. It's for those who are struggling. Those who are struggling, who know when they get home and they take off the wig that the hair is getting less and less. You need to stop. You just need to stop, and you need to not get obsessed with having one specific style or one specific looks. You have to accept change. You have to accept change. If you don't accept change, you're going to go bald. It moves. It starts from a tiny dot and it moves around. Our bodies are all interconnected, and even our feet, where you touch a certain part and the rest of your body is affected. It's the same with the hair loss. It can start really small, but it can grow, and then you can lose all your hair. So if there's a hairstyle that you need to rock for a while, for a long time, for 2 years, before your hair starts coming back and growing back, then change it. It's really hard for the stylists. It's really hard, especially for the natural stylists. And I really want to shout out the natural stylists and those thinking about doing natural hairstyle work. We need more of you people, but also the clients who are suffering from hair loss need to appreciate the more hair you have, clients, the more likely you can have a variety of hairstyles. But if you have less, then there's only one hairstyle, and you've got to kind of rock that new hairstyle until your hair comes back. So for those suffering from hair loss and you're worried, you should be worried. Start making a change so that your hair can come back, because it can come back, and it's better to work with the hair that you've got rather than it going completely where you're stuck with wearing a wig. Be honest with yourself and accept and make the change. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable at the beginning because you're going to feel like everybody can see your scalp, but you have to understand it's what has to happen. I shout out all the women out there who I can see why they've stopped wearing the wig. They've stopped because you can see the hair loss. When they cut their hair short, you can see that there's a discrepancy, there's a difference, less hair in the front, more at the back. But I celebrate them, and I'm like, you're on to a good thing. It will come back. But if you keep chopping and changing and you're wearing the wig because you're not comfortable, and somebody made a comment and said, oh, what's going on here? Is this the new look for now? Or you're not going to get your hair back. You have to literally zone out all those people who have opinions about your hair because it's personal to you. And then let's say part of your hair comes back, but at least it's your hair. And then you see the curls you have, because our curls change as we get older. And actually, it's cool, it's fine, it's beautiful. Everybody has a different hair texture. Your hair texture would not be like anybody else, not your daughters, not your sons, not your uncles, not your aunts, not your mothers. Your hair is individual. It's like right now when we cover our hair, we're covering our identity. We're covering that thing that makes us unique, like our personality. That's what you're doing when you cover your hair. So you might find when you now decide, right, I'm going to uncover my hair, you might find you discover something you really like about your hair. And even if you don't, you need to suck it up. Because wouldn't you prefer to have your hair than somebody else's hair on your head? Because that's what will happen long term if you don't stop wearing the wig. This is serious. This is major. So I really want to continue having these conversations about, for those people, to help those people who are worried about their hair loss and are thinking there's something not right, but they're telling themselves, no, the little voice is telling you, no, it's fine. It's not. Make that change. If you're struggling to tell the person who does your hair all the time, I mean, if it's yourself doing your hair and you're causing hair loss, fire yourself. Do the research and find somebody. There'll be somebody out there to help you with your hair. You need another opinion on top of your hair. But if you're struggling to tell that consultant or to tell that stylist that you want to change, you better try and just find a way to do it. But one of the ways you could do it is say that you've noticed a change in your hair that's concerning, and though they've tried the options they've tried, maybe you need to get a second opinion. Maybe you need to go and see a trichologist, a dermatologist, one of these specialist doctors, but you really know you're going to go and find another hairstylist who is an expert in hair loss. it's fine. And then you could come back and say, well, I've seen the trichologist, or I've seen the dermatologist. You can even Google a name in your area. And then you can say, they've said that I need to slow it down and stop for a minute, whatever that person's been doing to your hair. And that's it, really. And then you can move on. And then you can come back to that person who's doing your hair and give them feedback from the expert who's done your hair to say, the expert says, you've been pulling, my hair's been pulled too tight, I need to do less of this, more of that. Basically, maybe use water from time to time when doing my hair or when doing somebody's hair, or maybe it's the hand that doesn't, like, basically it's always good to feed back to, when it comes to the technicality and the handling of your hair, it is good to let the stylist know. I mean, not everyone would receive the criticism, but or the suggestion, but it's worth telling them, because the idea is they need to change their hand for the other people, not for you, because you might decide, I don't want to go back there. So that's the number one thing. You need to change, and you need to make that change, and you need to suck it up and fire your hand, or fire that relative, or get rid of that consultant, or get rid of that stylist. And you need to tell them, like, hopefully the stylist and consultant hasn't watched this video, then they will just kind of know that you've been watching the M of the M&H of Bespoke Hairstyles. But it doesn't matter. Find a way, tell them you need a second opinion, and go and get a second opinion. Do not sit there like a lemon and think a miracle is going to happen and it's going to change. It is not going to change. If it's getting less, it means it's getting less. Get a second opinion. That is a tip. Change. That's what I'm going to be talking about. I guess in 2016, I really want to keep on at this, talking to you about saving the hair that you've got and changing your mental state, and understanding that your natural hair texture as it's growing out of your hair is enough. And there are great options out there, not just locks, but there are great options out there. And you need to do the work, because it's your hair and it's growing out of your head. And you're supposed to be looking after your hair, washing your hair, touching your hair, and observing the change, being aware, because with that knowledge you have, that you're going to pass on to the next generation, whether you have godchildren, nieces, nephews. The black boys now, like, I love it. I see them out there in the UK with their African texture hair out, not cut low, but styling it, twisting it, doing the sponge. We have started a movement, but this movement, for it to continue, we need to share the knowledge. We can't make it a mystery what goes on with our hair. We have to be posting, we have to be sharing, we have to be talking to each other about it, so that the next generation doesn't suffer the epidemic that's happening now, where people are suffering from hair loss because they didn't know their hair was nice, they didn't know their hair was enough, they didn't know there were options for their hair. Don't take shortcuts with your hair. Put in the time, spend the money, make the time. Be patient. Don't rush it when you're taking out your hair. Take it out over a few days. Don't take it out all at once. Don't take shortcuts, because the cost is major. The quickest thing to do is to just cover it. Don't do that. When you're covering it, you're suffocating your follicles and your hair's going to go. Don't be taking the easy way out. Just sit in the same chair repetitively as your hair's being pulled, or as something is going wrong, or that hand doesn't agree with your hair, or that energy doesn't agree with you. Make a change in 2017. I'll try as best as I can to come online and do little posts, but apologies in advance if I'm not here as much. But I'm going to try my best, and because 2016 was dry, man. I wasn't online talking to you guys as much as I'd like to, but I'm going to make a change. I feel like 2017 is all about continue to demystify and sharing that knowledge. And that's why the hashtag Small Lock Stories, African Hair Identity, sharing with a purpose. Like, African hair needs kind hands, and 2017 is going to be all about that, talking about it, and learning about it, and sharing that information with you. Thank you for watching this posting. I forgot to say I hope you had a good Christmas, but this is important. I wanted this to go out before the new year, and I think I've got a few hours. So you can start the new year with like a resolution, accepting change, doing it your way, and to hell with whoever, whether they like your hair, they don't like your hair. This is your African hair texture. This is my face. This is my skin color. Accept it or don't care. Yeah, that's what 2017 is going to be about. Celebrate yourself and be open to change. Thank you for watching this posting. Have the best 2017. May it be positive for you. We pray for good health, and that's it. Good health, and we just keep loving ourselves. Take care of you. Bye. I forgot to show you my hair. I forgot to show you my hair. So let me show you what's going on. I spritzed it earlier. It's still a bit damp. I always kind of spritz it daily now and make sure it's oiled through from the base to the tip, lightly oiled with coconut oil I have today. But yeah, it's just to show you the hair. I forgot, apologies. But here is my hair. I guess looking at my hair, you can tell the last time I was online because it's grown quite a lot. Can you see? Looks a bit dark. I don't know. Can you see? It's a bit. I'm a bit rubbish with this, but yeah, that's my hairline. Okay, so honestly, I wanted to show you my grays, but I can't be bothered because my hair just looks like this. So I guess you'll notice how much grays have come through, but really, I wouldn't know because it's growing on my head and I don't really pay that much attention to it. And many people say they don't notice, but I'm hoping it's progressing well because the idea is, you know, all white in a few years. That's the look one is going for, the natural look. So I don't know how close I am to that, but you will see how it's progressed. So now, remember I cut my hair a few years ago, I can do this. And I can do, hold on, let me show you what I can do. Ah. Oh, I can also do this. Oh, and I can do that. Oh, let me show you what else I can do. I can do, hold on. I'm trying to get the look precise, but I don't think I'll achieve it. I can do that. Right, yeah, so there's little locks at the front that's being created, that we're working towards. But yeah. Hello. Right, thank you for watching this posting. Take care of yourself and each other. Stay blessed. This is the M of the MNH signing out. Bye. My hair as it is. I wanted to really come on and celebrate and shout out to you who walk around with your African hair on a regular basis. You who basically are showing that you can function successfully with your African hair out and be taken seriously and go there and kick ass and do what you need to do to claim your own, space in this universe. I hope that you can see I'm still reconnecting with you guys all the time. I'm staying connected with the posts because ultimately it is about the hair. It's about the African hair. It's about sharing the African hair identity and our African hair stories and our small lock stories and just showing you how beautiful African hair is.